Hey guys, welcome to Jeep Barn. So in today's video, I'm going to kind of go over what I want to do with the CJ-7. Projects that we still need to work on. I know I've beat you guys to death with the hardtop. Like, there's only so much fiberglass work you can watch. I'm going to get some more of that on order and probably do a lot of that offline, or off camera, so you guys can see the finished project. I may bring some of it in, but we do have some other projects we need to do actually on the CJ-7 itself. So you can see basically it's a junkyard 4.3. So we're going to need to do a wiring harness on that. We're going to need to rerun brake lines. Because I do run a proportioning valve on this. So also we're going to redo the body mounts. I'll get in here and I'll show you guys some of the work we've already done. We will be running a 4L60 that I'll rebuild, probably show that on a video. And we're going to be running a Dana 300 twin stick transfer case. So I've already got the center console made for that. That'll be on down the road when we're ready to put the body back on this bad boy. So I want to get all the work done that I can. Another thing we're going to have to rebuild is I'm going to build a custom transmission mount, because nothing fits when you go from a manual to an automatic. It's very difficult. Transfer case is going to be hanging down, so I'm going to have to build or purchase a 3-inch drop transmission mount for this. Do power steering hoses, probably do a different rear end. I have a GM corporate axle that I have access to. I'll probably change out this 8.5-inch 10 bolt or the 7.5-inch 10 bolt. I do want to continue to have disc brakes, so we'll probably work on that as a project, getting the mounting brackets and everything, and making sure everything mounts up for the disc brake kit that I have on this. Where I've already got a lift kit on it. If I remember right, it's a 4-inch rough country lift, and then I've got another 2.5 inches of bracket of hangers. So it's close to a 6-inch lift, 5.5, 6-inch lift total. Like I said, we're gonna have to do a wiring harness. We'll have to run the fuel system. I am running a fuel cell on this. It's already been mounted in the body before I took everything apart. So body mounts, brake lines, wiring harness. I want to see this thing fire in the next, it's not going to be anytime soon, but probably within the next 6 months, I'd like to see this thing fire, and then we can put the body back on and have this thing on the road. I'd like to have this thing on the road in the next year. It is a long-term project. It's my pet project. This is basically, I'm building my dream CJ-7 that, I want it to be able to go anywhere within reason. No real hard wheeling because it is a CJ-7. It's just a cool old body. So we're gonna go ahead and write those things down. So we're gonna do brake lines, body mounts, those 1 and 2. So we'll definitely get some welding, some fabrication work. We're gonna have to clean up this frame a little bit, rerun where the brake lines are. So I'm gonna get you guys in here. I'll show you exactly what we're gonna do. All right, so you guys can see I've already rebuilt this area here. It was really rusted out. Like, my frame rails were completely shot in the back. I'm surprised I hadn't dropped the leaf springs on this. These body mounts are okay. As you can see, I got my computer aided drafting. I basically rebuilt it from this body mount, which had everything in the right place. You can see I had to cut a hole in the transmission mount. So we're gonna rebuild a custom of that. It does need to be close to a 2 to 3 inch drop right there. So you guys can see how much space you're gonna have to take up. I want to redo the brake lines because when I put my proportioning valve in, I basically had to cut and splice those in. I want those to be solid brake lines. We need to do the wiring harness. So My dad has volunteered to rework the wiring harness because he says, quote unquote, that's what he enjoys doing. So we'll have to get some new connections here, rerun the fuel lines all the way back to where the fuel cell is going to be. Along the lines of body mounts, we will have to re-drill the body mounts here because when I go back together with it, I am going to be doing a comp cut. So I'm going to have to bring the body mounts in. The body mounts used to be out here, outside. We're going to have to bring them back in and re-drill, nut zert, and make it so that that's solid. Big culprit. This is the one that we're going to have to replate. As you can see, this one is really roached out, but we've got some good metal in here. I'm going to replate this, recreate that body mount. And then there's just some frame cleanup that we're going to want to do. So we're going to need to get rid of this bracket, probably bring that brake line all the way over to the frame, run the fuel and brakes down that frame rail so that it's nice and out of the way. Once again, do some more frame cleanup. And like I spoke to, as you can see, we got a 4L60 that's in multiple pieces over here. I've been into one before. It's not that hard. Once again, it's the barn, guys. I want to show you guys projects that you shouldn't be afraid to tackle. Is it a complicated thing? Does it seem like magic? If you haven't been into one, yes, but they're not that complicated, guys. All right, guys, I know this is kind of a quick and easy, just kind of going over where we want to go on the CJ. I am working on another video that's kind of a personal note, not necessarily something that's my normal Jeep barn. It is my uncle that passed away, that was an Air Force Academy graduate, passed away back in November, and I'm putting together a remembrance video for him. It's gonna have some stories from his sister, stories from his childhood, stories from when he was at the Academy. My mom and my little brother and myself were just at the Academy last weekend for their yearly ceremony to remember the fallen. So that was really cool for me, really heartfelt. Once again, this is just a quick update. I wanted you guys to know what direction we're going. I can't do fiberglass work all the time because you guys don't, I would drive me crazy seeing fiberglass work all the time. So once again, I appreciate everybody who's watched it this far. Go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. I hope you guys are enjoying the content. Hopefully I'm getting better. I'll see you guys again at the barn.